What up, though, Detroit? The whole wide world. You know what it is. Goofy real quick. Hey, what up, though? This is the quarantine with Dre and Roz, and guess what? This that Turkey Day edition. And that's the only reason we got it like this, because I know y'all kind of got full this week. Or tomorrow. Or today. Or sometime this week, because you know how we cook. We take 2 weeks to make one meal, so.
Yeah, we still got some leftovers.
Still got leftovers, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to the quarantine with Dre and Roz, and we have a couple special guests in here. First off, we got the beautiful Henrietta Ivy back again, but
Hello,
I'm going to get to my second guest in a minute because we got. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do it now. I got my brother Austin Jackson in here tonight. What's up, dog?
What's going on, everybody?
And I mean, when I really get to it, you all will hear some crazy stuff that me and this guy done been through. And I mean, I'm gonna make it quick, but anyway, let me jump onto these headlines real quick. The GOP wants to sue the state of Michigan to have Republican electors. Man, it keeps going on. The same BS, the same different day, another whole another time. And Donald Trump is the reason for the season. They used to say Jesus was the reason for the season, but this year it turned in Trump is the reason for this bullshit season.
Yeah.
Duck season, right?
Big week in the city of Detroit when it comes down to city council and a few votes. If you don't know, there's a few things that we will talk about tonight, but I'm not going to spoil that for y'all because I need you to pay attention. I need you to be aware of what we're doing. I don't need you to be running up out of here before you need to, so we're going to come back to that. People mad at Biden before he even gets sworn in. I don't understand why so many people just want to pick this man's cabinet when, guess what? If you pull Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders up out that Senate, guess what? That's 2 open seats. And guess what? Nobody knows who that's going to go to.
That's
so
right. That's right.
while we worried about Georgia, let's not worry about subtracting ourselves from what the full goal is.
Right.
So y'all radio hosts that's up here Biden this and Biden that, don't trust me. You know who I'm talking to because I'm talking to you, boo. Calm down. Anyway, we gonna go to the drip spike surge in the virus cases. It's crazy. We gonna drop, spike, then surge, and that's what they saying.
Yeah.
After this holiday, it's going to be a drop in cases because people are gone because of not testing. But when people get back, we're going to spike and then surge up. It's a scary time.
Yes, it is.
Scary.
You do what you want to. Don't bring no virus around me that I don't want. I don't want the flu. I don't want the cold. I don't want Rona. I don't want none of that shit.
Gotta be safe.
I don't even want I ain't going to go there. That's too explicit. I'll wait till I get on another channel for that. 22-year old was arrested. They have both guys that killed that 7-year-old in that drive-by. And I can't say that I'm happy about it because, I mean, here it is. You're talking about 2 young men that are going to be in jail for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
They cut a 7-year-old's life down in the city of Detroit, and I just don't understand. Like, dog, some of this stuff y'all doing, man, just get back to fighting, please. Everything don't need to be a bullet, gun battle, none of that.
Wild West.
Because at the end of the day, we out here hollering Black Lives Matter. And I know some of you radical people gonna get mad at me, but I don't care. I piss myself off sometimes, so I don't give a damn about pissing you off. We gonna be hollering Black Lives Matter. Make sure that we literally mean that. Let's make sure we live by that. I might not agree with everything that organization stands for because they sometimes don't stand for a straight black man, but I ain't gonna go there. But black lives do matter. And I'm a black man, so I'm gonna make sure that I keep on that monitor. My life matters. My black son life matters. My black nieces and nephews. My black daughter. These black people you see in here, our life matters.
That's
so
right. 100%.
Yes.
I don't want anybody taking my damn life.
That's
so
right.
I don't care if you black, white, orange. But I ain't gonna go there. Oh, I gotta tell y'all too. I scared my daughter. I don't know if any of y'all watched Scandal, but I had her thinking that B613 was coming, and I was about to be a part of that organization. And hey, it was funny to me. It was funny.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't try this at home.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, do try this at home. You need to figure out what kind of balls your kids have now, because if you can't do things now, you ain't gonna be able to trust them later. I found out I can trust my little girl. Baby, I love you.
All right now,
Say she was
claps.
lost.
She was very low. She wasn't giving up no information. Like,
Okay.
I don't know who you are calling my phone about my daddy. And it kind of
love
pissed me
it.
off for a second, though. She hit me with some, she said, well, if you want to know so much about my daddy, the time that he left me outside in the cold, he went in the house and fell asleep. I said, what the hell? I never did nothing like that. But I had to realize that she was getting me back for it. But she didn't realize she was getting me back. But ladies and gentlemen, enough of hearing about me. It is 8:05 and 37 seconds. It's time to hear from Miss Roz. Oh, let's go. Let's get it.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, Detroit, for the Rosslyn Report. I know you're like, hey, why is she still back in the city? Yes. I am supposed to be deployed to Georgia for the runoff elections that actually start December 1st and January 5th. But plans have changed. Things are delayed, but I still will be there to support Georgia. And so our shout out in our conversation is we know the organizers and the grassroots leaders that are on the ground are doing the work. Mm-hmm. They're already touching voters because actually today was the last day to register to vote. Mm-hmm. And we know they're getting people on fire and getting them engaged. But what we want to say is that if you know friends and family that are in Georgia, give them a call. Ask them what other organizations are doing the work on the ground and what can they do to get engaged. Because we understand in Detroit, it's every person voice that counts and matter. Mm-hmm. It's everyone being engaged and being knowledgeable about this. Mm-hmm. And what we were talking about earlier, we conclude everybody is not really innate and connected on why this is so important. And why this is important? Because we must win the what?
The Senate.
The Senate, right? Yeah. And we must create this blue wave. So we want everyone to get out, everyone to get their voices heard, and get out and vote. And so I have a polar conversation. One, getting out to vote, but then on the other end, for ladies and gentlemen that don't know about the Campaign March of Dimes, this is an organization that focuses on infant mortality rates. Mm-hmm. And then as December 1st, 2020, they're starting and launching off their campaign because in the state of Michigan, we have the report card of C- for protecting our babies. C-, what does that mean? On a percentage rate, 10.3 babies. We have a high level of mortality rate. Mm-hmm. When we say 10.3 babies are dying at a 10,000 per birth rate capacity. Mm-hmm. What does that mean when we shoot those numbers? Is that at 100 babies birth rate, we conclude 10 of those are dying. Or 10.3, you know, when they work that number out. Yeah. But what do you say? Oh, but guess what? At the high level, there are black babies, ladies and gentlemen. Mm-hmm. And so I want to bring that to the attention, not to say, oh, we're doing a campaign for fundraising, but to also bring awareness that our mothers are not getting the prenatal attention that we ought, and the attention is not brought towards resources or being able to have a larger conversation while we're trying to survive COVID-19. And we understand a lot of people is actually not trying to go to the hospitals while we're in these situations. So I just want to say, if you know someone that you have a friend or a family that may be pregnant during COVID-19, please reach out to them. Ask them what they need, especially in that last trimester. And you were saying, wait a minute, why is she so engaged in this conversation? As this last 2 minutes, I want to just give you a little more in depth into who Rosslyn M. Ogburn is. I'm a mother of 5 children.
Speak on it.
All my births were at full term. Right? And actually, full term is between 37 and 40 weeks.
Yes. Yep.
My largest baby was 10 pounds and 9 ounces, and the smallest was 7 pounds and 10 ounces. The normal birth rate for a baby right now in Detroit is 6 pounds. 6 pounds, ladies and gentlemen. So I say that as I close out my report, that babies are coming into this world without the resources and the support they need. Why are we trying to survive a world pandemic? So when we say we want to look out for our friends, we want to look out for our family, but we want to also protect our mothers that are bringing out our future. Right. So as I close out the report, as O brought out those numbers, we want to be safe. We want to make sure we sanitize. But when you see the next mother bearing a baby, be mindful of what she needs to make sure that baby survives COVID-19 also.
Absolutely.
And I transfer it back over to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. And if you didn't know what she was saying, that's real talk. First off, you are watching The Quarantine on WJZZ, live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope. And I got to bring in my man's over here to my left. His name is Austin Jackson, and I've been knowing this man for years, and I mean years on top of years. And I'm gonna give y'all a little quick story real quick. I met him. I ain't gonna tell you when I met him, but we met a long time ago. And we were young, and we were athletes, and we were in school. I ended up going to a school out in Wisconsin called Mount Scenario College, and we went there. I ain't gonna say we went there for school. We went to play football, but we thought we was going for school. Along the way, a guy named Rick Oyam, All-American quarterback, Rick Oyam. Rick Oyam. When I got to campus, I found out that he was about 340 pounds. I'm trying to figure out how the hell was he a quarterback, but it worked, and he got me there.
Okay.
So in a few days, I said, I'm not going to be out here in Ladysmith, Wisconsin by my damn self. Somebody's got to come out here with me. And I tried to get my boy Quincy and him to come out. He was the only one that took the bait. Quincy, I don't know. I've been seeing Quincy off and on in the streets. But God bless him. I hope he's still around. But he took the bait and came out there. Worst mistake of our lives. Mount Scenario, we ended up red shirtless freshman, ended up not playing at all, ended up going to visit other colleges to try to get on, ended up the coach knew what was going on, ended up.
So y'all had fun? That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. It was rough.
I wouldn't really call none of this stuff rough
it was
because
depressing.
we literally could write a movie about this.
Yeah, it sounds like this is like
the
road
bus
trip
station.
type.
Yeah, the bus station wasn't even around.
It wasn't around the
Latest,
school.
yeah. It was an hour away in Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
Hour and a half.
Okay.
Hour and a half?
Hour and a half.
So I was coming home one night from Detroit. I think it was Detroit. And he was supposed to have made it to the campus before I did.
Okay.
Little did I know, I'm getting off this bus, get there, cold as hell in Wisconsin, and I'm getting off this bus and I don't see anybody. Wait a minute. I'm supposed to be getting picked up. Anybody care to pick me up? What's going on? Wait a minute. I see a shadow coming out this doggone garage. Oh, I'm about to die. Somebody got to kill me. It's a bear or something. Wait a minute. Because I'm in Wisconsin.
Right.
And as this shadow started getting shorter and shorter, I said, okay, wait a minute. I might be okay. I can fight myself out of this. This ain't no big 7-foot figure the way I thought it was. Lo and behold, it was him.
And I got there at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Mind you, my bus didn't get there until what, 11, 12 o'clock?
Yes.
Oh.
So, our coach pretty much left us there as a punishment. We ends up walking. I got all this shit stuff that I probably shouldn't have that I'm carrying. He's having to help me carry this stuff.
Mind you, I got my stuff too.
Yeah, he got his own luggage that he's brought from home. We walking down this road in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, talking and giggling. We trying to make the best of this
Yeah,
situation.
because you're like in the middle of nowhere.
Police done drove by us a few times and everything.
They checking you out.
Stay on the road.
They know who the blacks are in their hood.
They knew these are new.
And they see us with
Yeah,
luggage
they
walking
see
down
us
the road.
like, wait a minute, they either broke into something or they into some despair. What's going on?
We got to turn this cruise
So
around.
eventually, the cop comes and get us. Hey, I've been seeing y'all. You been seeing this? Why ain't you saying nothing?
Mind you, it's cold. So
It's cold. We're in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. It's
That's
cold.
a different kind of cold. We
Yes,
up
it
north.
is. Yes,
Up
it
north
is.
of Wisconsin.
Nothing
Cold,
but
cold.
So the guy-
Nothing but the wind.
That's all it was. Guy pulls up. He gets us, helps us with our luggage, takes us to a little diner. They call us a chaplain. By now, we nervous. Chaplain.
Right.
They didn't call the man of God.
Somebody about to
something
die.
going on.
Somebody didn't die.
Right. They fed us, so we thought it was the last
And
meal.
that's what, like, dog, they fed us good. Like, give them whatever they would give us, whatever we
They
want.
was fattening you up for the kill.
You know, we thought it was over with. Like, man, if this is how it's about to go, we about to get what we can.
Right.
Pretty Tony walks in, white guy,
Yes.
big long ponytail hair. He gets out the car,
And he's smoothing his hair back.
smooth it. I'm like, oh.
It's going down. And we getting in the back seats. And you know the door is always
And
locked.
that's all.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, we in the
Somebody
back.
should have been like, can I make a call?
Can I?
There was no calls.
No.
We didn't have no cell
This
phone.
was pre-cell phone. This
Yeah,
was
that's
around
right.
2000.
AT&T
Right,
cell phone.
right.
No daytime minutes.
None of that
Oh,
daytime.
that's
Free after 9.
Y'all was jacked up.
So he gets us in the car. We praying to ourselves, almost holding hands, like, man, this might be it, man. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
We gets there and everything is cool except the football coach knew our whole everything.
Got
Like
it.
he knew where
Yeah.
we was going, where we was
All
coming
is set up,
from.
totally the
Oh
discipline
my
factor.
It was a bunch of
God.
bullshit. But anyway, I just wanted to plug that, man, because I love this dude. I've been around him for years. Our kids and grew up around each other, man. And, you know, in a day and time where you got so many black guys that don't show each other that love, I'm telling you right now, me and this dude play like we kids every doggone time. We get around each other. So I just want to introduce him real quick. Austin Jackson, welcome to the quarantine. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing
Let me
great.
give you a round of applause, man.
Clap for myself.
I know that's right, Auntie.
Let everybody
You done
know a
been
little
through
about
some
you.
things, huh?
Oh man, real quick, let everybody know what you about, and we gonna go into this conversation because that's what they want to hear.
Well, I'm a man of many talents. Substitute teacher, executive chef, tax preparer, father, travel agent. I do credit repair. I do everything.
Making them bags.
And it's all about making as much money as you can while
That's
you're
right.
here because eventually these kids go to school. And
That's
when they go
right.
to
Yeah.
school, I got to show them how to come out debt free.
That's
Yes.
right.
Because when
That's
I went
right.
in,
Oh, that's important.
I didn't know nothing about debt free. All I knew was they said sign this paper and you get this money.
That's
Yeah.
it.
And,
Yeah.
that,
So-
and that's really
That's
crucial
true.
right there.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
So
it is.
therefore, I have to make sure he's set up for success.
Yes.
That way, when he have a family, he don't have to work off old debts. He can just keep moving forward and it can keep blossoming that way.
Yes.
So that's all about me. And
Tell them a little bit about what you do at Oak Park.
Okay, so yes, I do work for Oak Park School District, and I'm a chef manager for the Oak Park School District.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And every Wednesday we pass out food for the needy and for the community, for the kids.
Okay.
We do that every Wednesday from 10:30 to 1 o'clock, and then we do it again in the afternoon from 5 to 6.
Awesome.
And we serve about 22,000 on average meals
Wow.
on that day. So it is pretty
That's
busy.
a lot. You are very
Yes, it is.
busy.
Yes.
Now, how large is Oak Park School Systems? Like, I see that the we'll just say, I guess, the demographic. How wide does it? I know it starts from
actually-
8 Mile, right?
It goes into Detroit now. It's open enrollment for anybody.
Oh, look at
Oh,
that.
wow.
And
See,
so
right
anybody
on.
can go to Oak Park School District, and for the school lunch program, it's 100% free. So anybody who does go
Wow.
to Oak Park School, they don't
Nice.
have to worry about food because it's all free
Ah,
for the
That's
lunch
good.
And
program.
repeat that one more time.
Yeah.
That Oak Park School is open.
Yes, it's
Free.
open enrollment, and the school lunch is always free as well.
Absolutely.
So you
And
can
that
have
is-
breakfast and lunch.
And that is
Nice.
for Detroit residents also.
Yes,
Nice.
Okay, ladies
and it is
gentlemen,
a great
you hear that?
meal.
Yes, and
Okay.
they provide.
I Because
was
you're
just
preparing
told
them.
by somebody to bring you back into the camera a little bit. So I'm gonna turn this a little bit because I
I
don't know.
apologize.
There you go.
Get my beautiful face out there.
There
They
you
want to
go.
see you, dog. They want to see
And it
you.
might be the chair because one of these chairs kind of had you leaning back. So
Well, this
is
this
that
it.
it? Okay.
You see why I'm
Yeah,
sitting
have your
straight
backs
up?
in, y'all. We
Because
be
you
over
know,
here
legs
shit.
flying on the camera
What's
ain't gonna
the cut
be
of
cute.
gangster lean in the car?
Yeah.
Oh, you know how it
Oh
is.
no! See,
Oh,
y'all
shit, I
say
don't
y'all
want
can lean. I'm gonna go all the way through the wall. So
Well, it was. Anyway, you know what? Let's get to this conversation. 45 versus 46.
oh, here we go.
Dun, dun, dun.
What the hell is wrong with this guy? Did y'all see the interview yesterday that he did?
I heard
nowhere?
we had a bad meltdown.
He told a reporter, and I quote, "Don't you ever talk to me like that. I'm the president of the United States. You don't talk to the president like that." And all he did was ask him a question.
Wow.
Matter of fact, I don't even think the guy got his whole question out. And he just snapped like, "I'm the president. You don't talk to the president like that." And in my head, I said, "Oh,
So that's the problem.
this guy ain't going nowhere."
He ain't going.
Not at
I
all.
don't think he going nowhere
He's
unless he
still
get
in
pulled
denial.
out.
Not quietly.
Like quietly anyway.
Yeah.
He's definitely going kicking and screaming.
And based on the first part of the report that you started off with, right?
Mm-hmm.
That we are actually in jeopardy of losing.
Well, I wouldn't say jeopardy because it's not going to go anywhere.
Okay.
But it's the simple fact that you have almost 74, because it ain't 74 yet.
Yeah.
So before y'all get to giving this guy 74 million votes, he ain't got 74
There
yet.
you go.
Right.
He's at
Mhm.
73, 8, 9.
Yeah.
That's about 15 more thousand he needs.
Right.
So don't keep giving
But
this
Biden's
guy
at 80,
votes.
so he's
There we
it's,
go. Mm-hmm.
But
you know.
the fact of the matter, he said that. And he's trying to push this propaganda that he's the president. Ladies and gentlemen, Jesus Christ.
Amen.
How many of y'all voted? I mean, I'm just confused on how you can literally say Detroit got more dead people that voted than alive when in Detroit You got more people registered than voted.
That's right.
So I'm confused on who he's getting this information from.
Because he's trying to just steer false propaganda and lies. What
True.
was the first thing that came out of his mouth? We were saying earlier, Detroit and Philly is the most corrupt cities. So he's bringing that, and it's bringing that lies and malicious mentalities, and that's when we're saying bringing these false lawsuits, so he cannot concede.
Yes.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, you can call us at 313-355-6018. I want to open these phone lines up. Y'all been getting scared to call the last few weeks because the topic's been deep.
Join the conversation.
We're not gonna cuss you up. Well, they might not, but I might.
We're gonna listen.
I ain't gonna Sam Riddle you and put you off the phone and tell you.
We won't do that.
Tell you to go to hell before I get you off the
Sam got that on
phone.
lock already. That's Sam's signature.
I ain't gonna do that to you. I'm just. But if you get disrespectful,
crazy.
I know how to cut up. My mama
Hang up the phone.
knew what she was doing. But anyway, you know,
his thing was, I was reading something in a report that came in November 19th by CNN that indicated that he knows that he lost the race. But the only reason why he's dragging it out is because he wants to give the Democrats the same thing they did to him in 2016. And that is he wants to he's still butthurt over that corruption insinuation that was about the Russians helping him win. So he lost. Now the source said that he knows that he lost, but he just can't. He hates the Democrats that much that he's going to continue to drag this out because they tried to make him look corrupt in 2016. So that leading into that, you don't talk to me, I'm the president. That's the problem. He think he can't be touched.
But
he think he's untouchable
That's it.
at every level. Like you're the president, but you work for the people. Don't forget that part.
isn't this almost our fault not coming out a few years ago though?
What do you mean?
I mean, what do you mean? What I mean? We didn't get out and vote a few years ago.
Well, yeah, that part. Yeah, that's definitely. I mean,
I hate to say
that's
it,
that's
but
definitely it.
this I feel like at this point this was some kind of punishment that we had to have to show us or show new voters that I guess and this is my problem. Again, you have so many people that went out there and tried to get other people to vote, and now this is going on.
Yeah.
So now you got those same people out there saying, "My vote don't count. Y'all lied to me." Because now they seeing things can be pulled in a different direction. Not even saying they can be, but we're dragging this on too long.
Yeah.
But the only capacity and the reason why he has the ability to drag it long because he has the finance to continually spin out
That's right.
attorneys.
That's right.
The normal person cannot pull the arsenal of attorneys as he's doing.
But at what
So
point does an
that's-
attorney say,
Because it's how long is your money. I don't know how
Exactly.
many
It's
individuals
paychecks.
had to deal with court cases.
Right.
There's motions that had to be put
Right,
in
right,
place.
right,
and
right.
if your money ain't long, you can't fight a fight.
Right.
That's why
That's right.
normally individuals go get orders. You go get pro bono legal help to really fight in this battle. So this is what switched the games up with our current representation. Like she said, he is not conceding.
How you doing today?
Oh, hello. We
Hello,
got
did
our
somebody call in?
caller
Oh, we have a caller. Hi,
Yes.
caller.
And
can I ask who we talking
there
to?
we go.
Sean Carter.
Sean Carter. What's the dealio?
Hey, Sean.
Hey, Sean.
Just chiming in. How you doing today?
We good. How you feeling? What's the word? How can we help you tonight? What's the topic?
Yeah, I'm on the topic that you're on. I mean, I think that it's a whole lot of foolery. I believe it's a whole lot of foolery. In working in campaigning, I've learned their system, and I'm willing to work with anyone who's willing to sit down to understand the system that you're working within. Harriet, she knows me.
Yeah, I know you, Sean. I'm listening to you like
I'm
this
like,
is-
tell me something.
Sean, we worked together on a few
okay.
campaigns. You are definitely
and I've worked amongst about 3 or 4 nonprofits.
Yeah.
And that's what made me become a founder of a 501c3 / 501c4, because I learned through their system and how they're tricking our people into voting for things that are not right. You know, I know I've damn near got it to where, like they say in business, you have to be efficient and effective, but more importantly, consistent.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
I've
right.
almost gotten it to where we are efficient and effective in our conversation on what is going on, and people need to open their eyes to understand how they're being persuaded to go one way or another way. You know, and I can give an example. I worked this last campaign, and I worked for a 501c3, and the 501c3 is supposed to receive information, help out, and that type of thing. And they were doing 501c3 plus 501c4 work on the same campaign, which is illegal. And we don't know this because, you know, I've just been blessed, you know, even with working with Michigan People's Campaign and Michigan United, and how they did it as a 501c3 and a 501c4.
Yes.
But we're not using our voice to go out there and touch our own people and get that information so that we can know how to go to them campaign guys and tell them, hey, listen to this. We know you interviewing for us to help you.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing for us now?
Right.
I don't want to hear nothing about what you did. No. What did you do the last 4 years? What did you do the last 8 years? What did you do the last 40 years?
That's right.
You know, let's go back to your history.
That's right.
And we have stepped away from that, you know, and I feel like this is just a whole lot of trickery. The television tells you what they want you to believe. The news, which is all of the rich families, you know, the corporate families, they control what comes on and what goes off.
That's
Now you're seeing it in Facebook with internet. You have Facebook saying what they can put on and what they're restricting in YouTube when it's supposed to be freedom of voice.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That I don't force nobody to do nothing.
Right,
But you have a choice, and that's what America was. It was a choice. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Mr.
I'm
Carter,
not saying that-
let me ask you a question. Well, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I just turned 48.
So it sounds like me and you need to have a conversation outside of this. And since you know Miss Ivy, I'll make sure I get this information from you.
Well, you can take my information now. You know, if so.
Okay,
I need her to have it.
I'm gonna get it from you. We got another call coming in, brother, and I appreciate it. I'm gonna get that information from you.
All right, Sean.
Thank you, Sean.
Got another caller. Hello, caller.
Yeah, this is Ishmael Terry.
Hey, what's
Hi,
going on?
Ishmael.
How you feeling?
I am doing well. I'm watching you live.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Hey, Ishmael.
Yes, good to hear you tuning in to us this evening.
Yeah, Henrietta, I know who you are, Miss Ivy and
Yes. How you
And,
doing, Mr. Terry?
Miss Ogborn and them. I know you very well. It's great to see you guys keep fighting a good fight.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
And I look forward to running into y'all guys more often in the years to come.
Yes,
Oh.
Yes.
Go ahead and chime in, Ishmael. How do you want to tap into this conversation, especially when we're talking about
Well,
the
you know, I'm
nonprofit
excited to know
aspect?
that hopefully by this 49.9% of the population coming in through the national audience will leak into the local. And that, you know, this should be an example to us as not just African Americans, but also Hispanic community and the Southwest community and so forth and so on, and the Bangladesh and Hamtramck and others, to let the world know that Detroit is changing this landscape, how our political ideology is changing. And so, yes, when I heard the gentleman say, yeah, how many years of history? Well, I mean, I got 20-some plus years of history in this. And so I look forward to seeing more individuals like yourselves play a major role into getting the voices out to the masses of saying, hey, you know what? We just saw taxation being part of the issue of overtaxation. We've seen everything from impoverished communities to prosperity communities in Midtown and other locations, and it seemed like the wealth has not stretched. So now we need people with the same visions that can actually generate those type of dollars. Instead of just having conversation pieces, we need now to focus on what makes our economic vitality grow. We need to make it where Ms. Ogburn was talking about housing. That needs to be more of a fair market housing, utilizing MISTA as a key and not as a deterrent. So For 25 plus years, I've been working on that.
Ishmael, hold on real quick. I'm going to do something real quick. This is the quarantine that you're watching on WJZZ Cool TV, live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Periscope. And you can call us at 313-355-6018. You hear the gentleman on the line right now. Let's have a conversation. Now, Ishmael, I'm going to get back to you, man. You said you're going to cut me a check when I run?
Yeah, if you're doing what I'm asking you to do.
Yeah, man, that sounds like you ain't cutting no checks. I don't make no deals, man. I think independent. Let's.
Oh my gosh.
The deal is if you keep your nose clean and don't do what most of.
I don't do cocaine, so my nose definitely gonna be clean.
Oh my God.
But we appreciate you, Ishmael, calling in, and definitely, like you say, focusing on and highlighting Detroit's political power right now.
Yes, sir.
I believe.
Hey, I wanted to give a pitch in. We're celebrating our 20th anniversary for our holiday harvest toy drive with the Children's Hospital Foundation and Ronald McDonald's House. So if you want to give a toy, there's toy boxes all over. Where people can give toys.
Okay, once again, we didn't hear you. Now, where would they be able to make the deliveries?
So the one that's close by here in this district is over at the Sun Valley Supermarket. It used to be the Kroger's.
Off of what?
So over in District 7, that's where it's located.
I tell you what, put that information inside of the chat box on Facebook if you can, and we'll share it
there we go,
out of there. That way people will have it.
The address and the location.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that.
Yes,
and y'all keep your heads up, all right? I'm still watching y'all.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Ishmael.
Yes. And I actually want to just touch in with both what the Ishmael and Sean had touch base about the nonprofit being engaged in a political satire, and which is the C3 and the C4, and to just bring a little bit more education towards that as a whole. So a C3 organization can focus on voter education and voter information, but they cannot call out a candidate by name.
Right.
That's right. So like I started off in my focal spot point, get out and vote. We just need you to get engaged and get your voice heard. But when you come from an angle from a C4, right, that gives you the capacity to call out a candidate by their name.
Right.
Vote for Biden.
Yep.
Vote for, So,
Otis.
So vote for Otis.
Vote for Otis.
Vote for Roslyn.
Vote for Ivy.
Vote for Ivy. And so, but always remember, that's C4. And the reality on that is that it really gives you the mindset to know.
Is that somebody calling in?
That I believe they might be still on the line. But what we realize is that we have to have the understanding because you can go to jail because it's illegal. And we want black organizations, as you get engaged, as you become a member, to know that you can't blur those lines. And guess what? As we get more engaged into our city government and you see those lines being blurred, you as a resident can call them out. And so I think that is why it's so important to be politically educated and to get engaged and be informed and to, like we said, the environments in our community. When I was about to say, with McAllister and Dre's meetings they have with the Millennial Roundtable. That gives you access.
Shameless plug, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eyondra Roz, and I do oversee the Millennial Roundtable with Councilman Roy McAllister of District 2. And our goal is to bring more millennials and younger into the voting process. So please, if you would like to get involved, please email me at otise@detroitmichigan.gov. I ain't giving you my number because enough of y'all got that, and I'm tired of you calling me.
But when is your next meeting?
Our next meeting is December 10th. It will be a joint meeting with the Millennial Roundtable, the President's Roundtable, the Mental Health Roundtable. So, please, on December 10th, tune in. That was so weak.
You did great. You did great. Yeah, you did great.
Because the reality is that's a space and a platform for people to come and get engaged. And then with all the Zooming now, people are not even able to leave their space.
They
So
don't.
there's no excuse
None.
to be educated and to get.
And let me tell you, these roundtables are always full, and they always great conversations. I have to tell you, Eyondra, and shout out to Councilman McAllister for
Wait a
putting
minute.
this
First
together.
off, we got to go into this conversation. We're going into the conversation right now about the city. I'm glad you bring up Councilman McAllister. Don't bring him up on my show. This is my show. Y'all got 6 days a week to talk about him. Y'all want to talk about him for about 1 hour?
I just want to give credit what credit is due.
I love you, dog. Don't take this the wrong way.
See, Councilman, you see, I tried.
She tried.
And I'm going to continue. Thank you guys for having that and having that platform for young people. I think that really helped with the young people getting out to vote in this election as well. With that roundtable may have had a lot to do with that.
I busted my behind to get out there and
Of course you did.
get other people to
I
vote.
did,
And
Roz
I
did, we all
didn't do
did.
it by myself. There
That's
was
right.
plenty of organizations that got out there and did some good work. So I mean, I'm not going to take credit for that. I'm not going to lie.
I'm just saying it was part.
I mean,
you know what I'm
we
saying?
played a role, but
Yeah.
you know, a lot of people played a role, and
That's right.
I need y'all to keep playing those roles.
Absolutely.
Don't take this one election and think that we didn't hit the pinnacle because we ain't hit a damn thing yet.
Yeah,
We just striding. If Georgia doesn't get out, I'm going to a whole nother thing. Anyway, City Council this week turned down relief plan for overtaxed residents while also passing the ordinance on the marijuana. So finally, I believe that Detroiters will get their just due because there is a clause in that marijuana ordinance that states that this is really for Detroiters to start making money off this business because we have so many people that don't look like us that love to see us coming through those doors. I don't go through none of those doors, so don't y'all say nothing about me. I stay at home and none of your business with it. I see.
Legacy.
I got beer, y'all. I don't do none of that other stuff.
I was didn't you, they're called the legacy.
Legacy,
voters, right?
yes.
I want to lift up that word, the legacy. Voters. I like
right.
that. Legacy.
I love it.
So, you know what?
Been here.
My man's been over here quiet, man.
Yes. I thought I was gonna
jump
introduce
in,
to the
jump
legacy.
in.
I thought that was a
Jump
good interlude.
in.
Legacy.
Yeah, I'm
Money.
Yes. Names, kids, futures,
How do you
There
feel
we go.
empires,
See, yes.
all that.
knowing that we can possibly have black-owned weed establishments in the city, cafes, or whatever they see fit? How do you feel that it's a priority being able to be put on Detroiters and people that went to jail for petty weed offenses?
First, I think we need to start with looking at the people who was locked up for it because
Yep.
the people that was locked up for it after these laws have changed, those people sentences need to either be reduced or less free because some people didn't have a way to make income for their families, and that was the life they chose to live in order to do what they had to do.
Right.
Also, we were never taught about how to save money and about credit and those kind of situations, and that's why we are never in situations where we can get businesses because we don't take care. We was never taught to take care of everything. We were taught to, we live off what we see on TV, so we're materialistic in some ways, and we try to keep up with other people, but we do not need to. We need to focus on other things. We don't need to be in that Jordan line. We need to be in employment lines or places like that because that's how we need to. We just need to build and grow.
Yeah. No, let's stay there real quick on the narrative that we understand in our urban communities that we get fed, right? So somebody can put up a picture and they'll say somebody in the hood and we're wearing $2,000 worth of gear, and then they'll show someone in the suburbs, right? And so speak to why do you think, like you're saying, just for reflection off TV, why is that narrative so hard, you think, in our communities?
That I cannot answer because they're pretty much living lifestyles that's not realistic to their income, and also they're going off what they see other people doing.
So it's a false.
Yes, it's false narrative. Yes.
I'm gonna tell you.
sure.
What struck me was last week when we had the Jeezy first.
Come on,
Gucci.
Yeah.
talk
battle.
about it.
You had so many people like, well, look at what Gucci got on. You know, he got on this, that, $2 million in jewelry, and this is that and the other. And Jeezy made a statement like, I ain't worried about that. Let's get properties. Let's buy this. Let's get that. And you had ignorant you had people
I didn't watch
Say it.
so
I know what you're
updated.
saying.
that
I
was
didn't
out
either,
here
but
like,
I've heard about it.
but he got on this clothing.
Right.
You worried about properties. And first off, how many of y'all dumb behinds went out there and thought y'all was about to Google Jeezy's real name and find real properties up under his real
And
damn
somebody
name?
posted it up that they found all these properties and they tried to make him look in,
They posted 2 properties. Oh, he only got two.
2.
Do you really think this rich
gonna tell you everything?
Yes.
Like,
Most people don't use their real names in business.
people?
Exactly.
If you don't know business, shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Try to learn it. If you,
Yeah.
we on Google and Facebook and YouTube and this and that and
But
and
why?
Pornhub and all this stuff. Hey, I gotta throw it out there.
I see.
A lot of us spend a lot of time.
On unnecessary things, but yeah.
Who said it's we ain't gonna go there. But we spend time on that kind of stuff, not realizing the world moves
Yes.
all day long.
That's
so
But my thing is, why
my mama watching. She said we had the wrong people being. Yeah, we got the wrong damn people. We got the wrong people being glamorized, mama.
That's it.
You ain't hear me. You ain't hear me. You ain't hear me say the D word.
That's
You-
it.
Matter of fact, Austin, tell my mama hi. Tell your mama
Mama.
hi. Austin said hi, mama.
Miss
Everybody say hi.
Austin.
No, don't call her that.
Sorry, Mom.
It's Chapman, Mother Chapman.
Hi, Mother Chapman. My apologies to you.
She said ignorance is golden, but she ain't talking about us.
No.
She ain't talking about us. I hope my little cousin, my older cousin from Canada, watching. Yes, I do have
nice.
Canadian family.
That's
so
right. There you go.
if it get too turned up here, I'm getting out of here.
International.
If it get too turned up here, I'm
going
gone.
to, and I'm gonna follow you. I'll
You
be in
can't follow me. We ain't married.
Look, I don't have to be married to be following you.
My
You
mama
my
said
friend.
hi.
Hi, Mother Chapman.
I hope my cousin Kizzy out there in Canada. Yes, we got French Canadian in the blood.
That's it.
And I don't know a lick of French, so don't ask. I ain't been there since I was a kid. But
But back on then the false narrative,
Right,
right?
Yeah.
And what was the main piece? Property
Versus
what you wearing.
Right, material things.
There
Like
you go.
material things, because properties is material, but it's a material that gains wealth and legacy.
There we go.
But when you're talking about you're gonna judge a man on wearing $2 million worth of clothing and jewelry versus a man that got multi-million-dollar properties and calling him lame, what is wrong with the?
There you go.
But what is wrong with us? Where did we go?
There we go.
Right, but see, here is the thing. I think the question was asked: how do why do we feel that we have to have this false narrative?
Yes.
I grew up in a middle class, and I grew up in a kind of a poor environment. I had both worlds. People don't. I say this a lot. I grew up in both worlds.
Yes.
What I was taught in the middle class was, you check your credit. You go to school.
Yes,
You get. If you don't want to go to college, find a trade. Do something that's going to push you and keep you moving up the ladder. And growing up in an environment where there was lack thereof, it was kind of hard because you lived how you lived it. You ate how you ate it, and no one talked about education. No one pushed credit, better, good credit. No one talked about, hey, let's sit at this table at dinner and have a conversation about where your mind is at.
Yeah.
It was basically you get up in the morning, you go to school, you don't go to school. I'm gonna have to go get some credit so I can, it was all this struggle. And then I went to the side where there was rules and foundations and people doing things that I felt that would be conducive to a full community. So in the community I grew, there was a lot of those single mother homes and two-parent homes that did not talk about money. They didn't talk about. They were too busy trying to keep up with the Joneses, and that's a lot. And it's even more prevalent now because you have mothers doing 3 and 4 shifts to buy them sons them $15 Jeezys or those $2,000 Gillipsies or whatever those shoes are called. Those shoes are expensive. My children. Let me say this. I have 4 beautiful adult children, all grown, families of their own.
Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching The Quarantine on WJZZ Cool TV, live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope. I hope you noticed the deep voice because I'm trying to get my
Very right on.
midnight romance folks on so y'all can come in here and listen to the smooth sounds of jazz on WJZZ. Anyway.
So here it is. I think if it's not taught, then people don't understand it.
That's it.
I taught at the time I was married. I'm not married anymore. My husband, ex-husband, and I, we taught our children the perils of life. We told, we spoke education. We spoke finance. We spoke religion. We foundated our children. So when you have, you have to also take into consideration that parenting are younger. They're younger now.
Yes, yes.
So you got 15-year-olds and maybe some 12-year-olds.
But we've had that.
I get it, but that was a different
But
time
we had
and
grandmas
generation.
back then.
There you go.
Right.
That's the difference.
It was a different time generation, but everything
it.
has been exposed.
Right.
Yeah.
There were things that coming up in my generation, your generation, and my kids.
So-
Certain
yeah.
things you just didn't do. You didn't allow your children to do. But here he is in this 21st century, where the parents are younger and they into that. They into the gold, the Gucci, the Fendi,
Yes.
the all of that, and they not talking. You talking about probably like properties? Who own properties? Black people don't own properties,
But
and
see,
I was
and
like,
that's
what?
it. But see, that's the false.
But let me
narrative.
ask you:
That's
did they
the part.
win? Did the plan that was set up to destroy us?
That's it.
Is it working?
Yeah,
That's
it's
it.
working
See?
because the refusal for people of this generation, not even your generation, but of this
The next
generation.
generation,
no.
yeah.
This
Every-
generation,
some of
and
us.
I believe it's some of that, but
Yeah.
you guys are learning, so that's a credit to
We're
that.
trying. Let me tell you something. I literally just had a conversation with a guy my age the other day. Been knowing this guy for years. And some of the things he was saying, nigga, you year or two older than me? What you mean?
Wow.
Yeah.
You don't want to do. You still want to sell. Why you want to? But it ain't the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you still want
Mm-hmm.
to. And I couldn't get through because I'm like,
It was shocking.
Yes,
that
it is.
people
Dog.
mindsets are still there.
it's people that literally don't want to deal with me because I've
You
turned
changed
around
it.
the corner.
You
Yeah.
did it.
Because we call it in certain communities, you're moving towards higher
How you
ground.
There it is.
Right?
Yeah.
And so where Austin was going about understanding certain principles, like with money in itself.
Mm-hmm.
When we think about, we'll just say taxes, right? They require you to document certain things.
right. That's
So
right.
when you have certain jobs, you collect certain information to be able to file the next year to reap a certain harvest.
Right.
Now, on one end, if you have a good accountant, the more you do, we know the less you do pay, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just say that from one end because actually, the more you know, the more you grow.
It
But
is.
what they serve us
Mm.
is the false
Narratives.
narratives. It's put all the money on you,
Yep.
but don't save it.
Exactly.
Spend all the money up, eat it up, smoke it up, drink it up,
Yep.
but don't invest
Yep.
it into your future.
Yep.
So if we get more people to tell us that if you we'll just make a number up. If you make $1,500 out of your check, make sure you put $150 up, or we'll just make it realistic, $15 up, right? You got to start small.
Gotta start small.
And I'm gonna go old school. Everybody know about tithe, so everybody would say, "Pay the Lord, then pay yourself," right? But if we no longer got grandma telling us old school, even if she gonna say, "Put your dollar under your mattress every time you give you a little something, something,"
Yep.
all right?
Yep.
If you don't come up with no precepts to have a good relationship with money,
Yep.
then they keep doing us like they doing us.
Right.
Not giving us, wait a minute, because I believe, had to update me, because at the top of the year we said they had righteously took full accountability of over assessing the residents
Yeah.
of Detroit for
Yeah.
over $600 million.
Yeah.
And I end up missing the rest of the call. He had to update me, ladies and gentlemen, that they were just talking about $6 million
$6 million from the CARES Act.
to be able to compensate. Now that is the current money that's on the table.
Okay.
But we know damn well that ain't enough.
But see,
Right?
my question with that is, and I'm
right.
glad we got back to it because I'm like, damn, we got away from this.
I'm bringing it in because we on money. We on
At
big
$600
accountability
million,
for what they need to give us.
at
right.
this point in time where we are, how's the money ever going to get paid back to anybody? Because
That's really the question.
if you really think that Detroit has $600 million, I might be unemployed in the next week or two, and I work for the city of Detroit. So we ain't got it. How then do we compensate those people? Because if it's not giving them a free house, because we don't know who's alive,
Right.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah, we gotta find the people.
gotta
we
find,
don't know who's in that house right now. Them people
Right.
might have left.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
How then do we actually come up with a comprehensive plan to make it work for everybody involved? Because, and you know what, this is going to have to be a whole topic next week because it's
I know, 'cause we got
8:48.
folk,
Yeah.
But you said it, and we'll say this and lead at this note. Just basically how we started. Organize. Everybody get their voices out. Because if somebody told you they got
But
a
it's
tab of
it's
$600
beyond
million for you. Wait a minute, hold
organizing.
on. If somebody said You hear they got $600 million
Right.
you can,
You gonna
or
find-
$100 million you can tap into? You ain't gonna say, yeah, I'm in my
But
grandma.
where is that money at?
No, what we're saying is the first
You
question
gotta
is
find
identify
the people.
You
It's
identify the
somewhere-
fact that guess what? Now you have
Yeah.
possibly a new president.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say this guy's a new damn thing yet. The way this other
other one acting.
this the live Orange came out and said you gonna have to prove to me how you got 80 million votes
wants- oh,
before
wow.
you come in here.
Oh wow, he
This is
that's
turned
that's
into a reality
ludicrous.
TV show.
It's ludicrous. I ain't gotta prove to you nothing. People got to vote.
They voted,
That's
but
it.
I'm sorry,
We
ladies and
voted.
gentlemen.
That's how he got 80 million, Mr. Trump. People got out and voted.
Hey, I need y'all to send us some money so we can get 2 hours because y'all know there's some hot we ain't here
Let's do
talking
some
about, man.
sponsorship. Sponsor.
Come on, hey, you know some barbecue month. We eat some ribs while we up in here.
Right,
But look,
we'll advertise for you.
virus versus the holidays. How do you feel about actually people? I'm gonna be honest with you. I had a few neighbors on my street. I was surprised to see so many cars, and I'm like, whoa.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that I seen out of state place, I'm like, she.
See, COVID
This
spread.
I'm sorry, I don't stay in the suburbs. And for me to see people of a certain size or a certain machine that they carrying around going into the houses, and you already are at what they call a susceptible body type of dying.
Risk factors.
You know, what is it about so many people that just felt like they wanted to put it on the line when a lot of these same people got empty chairs already at home?
Yes, yes.
What? Let me ask you. Would you have went out there and had a whole? I don't know. I don't know what you did. I hope you was at home, but let me
Grab
ask
and
you, what
go.
did you do?
Grab and go.
I was at my mother's house and there was only 3 of us in there.
That's it.
So
Let me tell you something. That's some painful stuff
Yeah.
to not want to be around your whole family. But I would suck it up
Yep.
to be around them all next year.
That's right.
Because this year was painful enough.
Yes, it was.
Because I've lost people and my auntie isn't here, and I still, to this day, don't know what the hell cyanide did to her. I don't know if she possibly had this virus and they didn't know what was going on, because after she died, a few of us got horribly sick. And I don't know if it was from the stress
Right.
or if it was actually that damn thing floating
Right,
around
right,
here then.
right.
But the problem was my auntie died December 16th last year. They wasn't saying it was here yet.
Right.
But we know it's here in October.
At this,
Yeah.
that's see what I'm
It's
saying.
here in
At this
October.
point, and because she
was
got
here in
real
October.
sick, she got real sick in November, but got over it. Next thing I know, me and half my family together getting a call. You need to come to Sinai.
Yeah.
Wow.
Worst place to go. No disrespect to some of those nurses there, but it is what it is. She was dead. So I still don't know,
Yeah.
to this point what happened. But yeah. Anyway, well, I'm gonna leave that alone because I started sweating. When I start sweating, I start getting pissed off,
But
and I don't
then-
want to go there.
But the focus that you're saying,
Yeah.
even in my district, City Council 7, 9th House, state area, zip code 48228 has 1,411 cases. They have opened up the Hype Rec Center that is open now every day for free testing for everyone to go. So it looks like D1 and D7 has the highest numbers in the city of Detroit. So like you're saying, we must consider about protecting our friends and
Whoa,
families.
Yeah.
you gotta throw 2 in there. You better go look at them numbers.
I just looked at them.
Hey, I think D2 is high too. Because I'm in
We
D2.
was on fire when it first
No, I'm
got
D1.
here.
I'm D1.
You don't
No,
know
so
what you
ladies
are.
and gentlemen, I gotta throw the real numbers. 1411
4219 is my zip code.
and
That's
let's
District
see.
2.
That's District 2, 4219.
Yeah.
I'm thinking City Council.
Wait a minute, 48219. That ain't District
4219.
2.
That's not District 2. That's District 1. That's
I was gonna
Tate.
say that ain't us.
That's two.
I know
that's
one
where
is
we
high.
at.
Last time I looked, they were high.
Yeah. So, and that's where we at. That 14 between. We'll just say because I think that is Southfield. So yeah, because you on the other side. Yeah. So 1423. So 14,400. 1,423 cases. And so the point is protection.
Protection.
Making sure we stay
Why?
safe.
Let me
And
ask you
Christmas
something.
Is coming, so
It's-
we want to be able to be
We,
alive.
be alive. Be well. Not
Yes.
being on
Damn it,
in the hospital.
we got 1 minute. Man, we ain't talking too much. Austin, let people know how to get in contact with you.
You can get in contact with me on Facebook, Austin Jackson at facebook.com. That's how you get me right now.
You.
I am also on Facebook. I am on Instagram. I am on LinkedIn, and I am on Twitter. You can get me at Henrietta Ivy Facebook, or you can get me at Henrietta Ivy Instagram, or Henrietta Ivy at LinkedIn.
And I am Rosin M. Ogburn here with O on the quarantine, and you can contact me also on Facebook, also on Instagram, Twitter, and of course with the quarantine with Periscope. And we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Y'all make sure you tune into the quarantine, tuning in to update information. And we want you guys to survive.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Sweet.
That's right.
thank you all for tuning in again. I wish I could figure out how to play this song on the outro, but for some reason I ain't doing what I wanted to do, but it is all good. Beans, greens, and all that other stuff. I know you.
Greens,
Look,
tomatoes.
Go ahead.
I know some of y'all got leftovers, so
We made it.
See? She,
We made it.
hey.
I cooked it.
Here we go. Hey. See? Got the choir.
We gone.
Right here. I love it. See? That's what we talking about. She look, took it
I
right
tried
on
it.
out.
I tried.
He looked like, damn, did I push the button?
Look,
I love it.
I'm trying to tell you,
Hold
y'all.
on, we gotta get a picture.
We gotta get a picture, y'all.
Yeah, I know. We all was up in here
Woo!
sweating and shit.
I don't know where the heat just came